So tonight's the night. We will be going live. I want to say we're going to go live around about 9-ish for Fury versus Usyk 2. These are my final thoughts. The kind of subsequent thoughts to the weigh-in. Now, in the run-up to this fight, I said it before, and I'll reiterate, and it's not just me who's felt this. I've seen people like Outmatch, people like Blue Collar Sports TV, Del Boy, who you may know I've had on here several times, say the same. There's a very strange feeling about this fight, and it's not a good one. Now, that's kind of subsided over the last 24 hours or so, but in the run-up to this fight, certainly fight week, it's been almost overt, the pro-Fury rhetoric that's been going on. You know, you people like Simon Jordan pushing that, but when you've Turkey Al-Sheikh saying to Oleksandr Usyk, oh, you're ruining my plans, and this, that, and the other, and, you know, with the beard, I know the beard may very well count for nothing in the end. Usyk is saying he doesn't care, but everything about this just has a really weird feel to it. And subsequently post weigh-in, and I guess post press conference as well, has me reassessing my pick on this fight, which I'll talk about now in a wee bit. But in terms of the rest of the card, I'll just run through it very briefly. Boacek versus Ishmael Davis. Ishmael Davis looked in phenomenal shape. Listen, I won't be picking Ishmael Davis to win this fight, but Ishmael Davis should be a lesson to any fighter, not just young or old, as in old in their kind of later on in their career. Ishmael Davis should be a lesson that it is of paramount importance that when you finish a fight, you maybe take a week off and you get back in the gym, you stay in camp, and you stay in shape. How often have we heard a fighter say, oh my God, you know, I could have had X amount of money if only I'd been in shape. I had to turn a fight down that I wanted and I thought I could have won. Why'd you turn it down? Oh, I was too heavy. I couldn't lose the weight. Ishmael Davis is in the gym. He's always ready. Now, I won't be picking him to win this fight. I won't. He impressed me against Josh Kelly 7 days notice, and I think if he had a full camp, he probably would have won that fight. I think Boacek is leagues above Josh Kelly, but you see what he's done. He's put himself in these positions. He may lose. So what? So what? He may lose. He'll learn a lot. He can come again. And I think that the next time we see Ishmael Davis, should he lose, I think we'll see him with a full camp. And I think we might, if he doesn't take too much damage, we may see the best of him. I really do. So that's a lesson for any fighter. Always keep yourself in shape. Always, because you never know, an opportunity may come knocking. And he looked in phenomenal. He looked in very good shape. Apparently these weigh-ins for the fighters who had to make weight, apparently that was done in advance. We do see that quite a lot these days, but the heavyweights who obviously don't have to make weight, apparently those weight, because a lot of people were asking the question and they were saying, are the weights for Fury Usyk actually legit? Because, as in, like, is he a legit 281 Tyson Fury? Was this just a ceremonial weigh-in? As far as I'm aware, no. Apparently with the heavyweights, no, they are legit. Like, what you see is what you get, as in, like, you know, on weigh-in day, they haven't been pre-weighed in because they don't need to. So apparently there was only ceremonial. I think Dan Raphael said it was kind of like a hybrid, where if they needed to make weight, weight's done early. The weigh-in there was a formality, but the heavyweights, no. So I'll touch on that now in a wee bit. Dave Allen, Johnny Fisher. Listen, I don't want this to sound like any knock on Dave Allen or anything like that, but I've heard Dave Allen time and time again say, oh, this time it's different, this time it's different, this time it's different. Listen, mate, you've been saying that since 2017. And you'll forgive me if after 7 years, thereabouts, that I don't kind of believe you. And judging by the shape he looked in at the weigh-in, I don't kind of believe you, to be honest with you. I expect Johnny Fisher to win this fight, probably by stoppage. He's not going to knock Dave Allen out as in like he did Alan Babich. I don't even think Dave Allen will touch down. I think Allen will maybe, I don't even want to say give it a go, because he doesn't even let his hands go. I think Allen will take some shots, go a couple of rounds, and then retire in the corner after about 6-7 rounds. I think that's what's going to happen. I do. I think that's what's going to happen. I think the heart's just not there. And I think he'll revert to type. He'll just do sparring partner mode, throw no punches, and then call it a day after a couple of rounds. And that's what's going to happen there. There's talk of Johnny Fisher versus Thomas Carty in the new year. Listen, I like that fight. I genuinely think they're at similar stages in their career. Thomas Carty has not really impressed me as a pro. I did see his fight over the weekend, and I just thought, you know what, mate, you're making this fight harder than it needs to be. And that guy was garbage. So I think they're at similar levels. So I think with Eddie Hearn knowing that in mind, Fisher versus Carty, again, they're at similar stages. So, I mean, that's a fight I would much rather see in place of this fight. Because I think that at least in that fight, you get some fireworks. You ain't going to get anything in this fight. You're really not. So, that is Johnny Fisher, Dave Allen. Isaac Low IQ versus Lee McGregor. Low IQ saying he's going to knock him spark out. This is a guy who has, 7 knockouts in all of his wins? And the knockouts really have come against lower level opponents. And Lee McGregor, former European champion, only one loss. Lee McGregor is much younger, much fresher, and, I mean, Lee McGregor is just superior. Low IQ, holding on to the fact that his 2 losses have come against world champions, although they weren't world champions at the time. They subsequently went on to become world champions. Listen, I expect Lee McGregor to beat Low IQ with relative ease, and that'll be that. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing what Lee McGregor does in there. But yeah, he should deal with Low IQ fairly straightforward. You'd imagine fairly straightforward. And yeah, that's what I got to say on that one. I'm relieved to know that, I'll say relieved, but I'm happy to know that they've moved the Telma versus McKean to now co-main. I said they needed to do that, and not that they listened to me, but you know what I mean. They have now moved that to co-main. So a Telma versus McKean. A Telma 10 pounds heavier than he was last time around. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like an unnecessary weight gain. He's saying his punches have more weight on them. He's going to gain weight over time inevitably. That's going to happen. But I would be more than inclined to say, let it happen naturally rather than force it. Telma has tremendous hand speed. Absolutely blistering hand speed. It's incredible, really. I hope he's not probably going to lose the hand speed, but I don't want him to pack on unnecessary weight this early in his career if he doesn't need to. I still think he'll win this fight. I think this is going to set him up nicely for a big 2025. A much bigger 2025. You got to bear in mind that I mean no disrespect. Johnny Fisher and Thomas Carty. Thomas Carty, I think, is pushing 30 if he's not already. I used to train with Thomas Carty when he was an amateur. And I think he's about a year younger. So he's probably pushing 30 if he's not already 30. So he is at a stage in his career, as is Johnny Fisher, where they're talking about fighting one another. And Telma is maybe 10 plus years younger. And they're already talking about that. This guy is a prodigy. He is. He's a prodigy. He's phenomenal. Like, there's no ifs or buts with Telma. He really is that good. So I expect him to win. Now, main event. Listen, I said at the start of this video, I've reflected on a few things. Oleksandr Usyk is a very, very smart man. He's not stupid by no stretch of the imagination. And nor is Tyson Fury, for that matter. Tyson Fury, although he does things and says things that you may not agree with, he's not a stupid man by no stretch. And he really does know. Look at the money he's made throughout the course of his career. He really does know how to sell things. He knows how to maneuver himself in such ways that, it takes calculated risks. So neither man is stupid. They know what's up. Tyson Fury at press conference was very reserved, very subdued, which is very unlike him. It's very unlike him. When the face-off happened, and I went out with one of my friends for a beer last night, and we talked about it. We said, Usyk didn't blink at that face-off. And it was almost like Fury trying to stay subdued, trying to stay reserved, trying to get in on the mind of Oleksandr Usyk. When he realised this guy's not going to crack, it's almost like, to me it looked like Fury himself ended up cracking. He just reverted to type and went back to just shouting, you're a bum, you're ugly, you're a rabbit, you're teeth, I was only this, that and the other. And for me, I was looking at that as if to say, well, literally, the worst thing you could have done was match him face to face in that face-off, because without saying anything, to me, it genuinely did look like Usyk, without even saying it, and just by staring him down, got the reaction he wanted out of Tyson Fury. I said it in the video I did yesterday. You have a better chance of beating him physically than you do mentally. So just do it. Try and beat him physically, because beating this guy mentally, you're not going to do it. You've got to Wilder easy. I mean, Wilder is just, country bumpkin. That's Wilder. Anyone can get to him mentally. Jesus Christ, it doesn't take a rocket science, it doesn't take a genius to get to Wilder mentally. Klitschko's always been an insecure fighter. Easy to get to him. Right, you can rile Joshua up, although I never fought, you could rile him up. Usyk is not anything. He's not like any of these. He's cut from a different breed. he's very machine-like in that sense. It's just train, fight, train, fight, train, fight. What did he say? Doesn't matter. Train, fight. It's no point. Leave it. Seeing the fact that he wore all those layers of clothes, and again, big leather jacket, and I've worn a leather jacket in the past. They're briefly, they're very heavy, and that was for someone who was, say, 6'2". So you're wearing a 6'9" guy's leather jacket. I can only imagine how much weight. I reckon Fury is about 270. He's not 281. No way. People say no, maybe he's legit 281. Not with all those clothes on. Not even close. He's got to be about 270, maybe even 269. Seriously, there's no way. He's way too much clothes on for that to be a legit weight. Good lord, shoes, everything. No. Likewise with Oleksandr Usyk. No way he's 226. I know it's not a crazy jump, but there's no way he's that weight. My final thoughts for this fight. I expect a good fight. As I said in the video I did yesterday, I expect maybe a fight that's even better than the first one. But ultimately, whoever wins, I want it to be fair. I don't want any shenanigans either way. I don't want any controversy. And I don't think there will be. I'm changing my pick for this fight. I'm not changing who I think will win. I'm changing my method of victory. Seeing the way Fury's behaved this week, and seeing all the, I don't say antics, not that, but seeing the way he's tried to be and ultimately ended up reverting to type, and given the fact that it's an open secret that the boxing establishment want Tyson Fury to win this fight. I'm expecting Oleksandr Usyk to win this fight, but I'm changing my pick to Oleksandr Usyk to win this fight, not on points, stoppage. I think at some point in this fight, he'll get to Tyson Fury, and this time, I don't think he'll let up. I don't. And we talk about, but I'm going to leave it with this. We talk about Oleksandr Usyk and damage he took in the first Fury fight, and he did take damage. He did. He absolutely did. He had a torrid 9 minutes, especially round number 6. He was buzzed slightly in that round. He had a torrid 9 minutes. Tyson Fury was hit to the body from round 1. He was hit to the head numerous times, and he was nearly knocked out in round 9. And then this is a fighter who, in the immediate aftermath, instead of, taking it easy and going easy on himself, he goes and gets absolutely annihilated and face plants a pavement. How much does he have left? What was Oleksandr Usyk doing back in the gym training? Different cloth, different cut from a different breed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but my pick is, I've changed my mind, Usyk by knockout. Or stoppage, either way. Potentially even cuts. We talk about, we didn't forget, Fury cut over the eye, pushed the first fight back. How do we know the jab of Usyk won't damage that? It's got to be scar tissue there. So I think by hook or by crook, he'll find a way to win this fight by knockout or stoppage, one or the other. Long-winded one. Let me know your thoughts. Hope you enjoyed it. Smash the like button if you could. Hit subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. I'll chat to you later, lads. Peace.